LOKOZ Boxing. Andre Ward straight up implies or suggests that Caleb Plant will knock out Canelo Alvarez on the upcoming fight on November 6th. He says, "Trust me, Plant has the skills. I'm picking Plant. Trust me, it's not going 12. So he's saying that he knows or he believes that the fight is not going to go up to the 12 rounds. Then he follows up by saying that he's picking Plant, giving the impression that he's saying if you put these two things together, it gives meaning that he's believing that Caleb Plant will stop Canelo before the 12 rounds. I don't think Andre Ward believes one little bit of what he's saying or implying, because he's technically not going and just saying flat out Canelo's going to get knocked out. What he's saying is, and we must examine it, he says, "Trust me, it's not going 12 rounds." After that, he says he's picking Plant. So he's kind of giving that misleading prediction, but he's not straight up owning it. He's not saying Plant will knock out Canelo. He's trying to let people think that that's what he's saying. And if I had to guess, once the fight is over, if Canelo wins as he is expected to, or he is favored to win according to the boxing odds, then he can just go back on what he said and say, "Hey, I never said Plant was going to knock out Canelo. I said, trust me, it's not going 12 rounds. And then afterwards, I made a separate statement saying I'm picking Plant." So he's kind of protecting himself so that he has an explanation if Plant doesn't win and people come at him saying, "Hey, what happened to your prediction?" Ward usually gives very good predictions and a good breakdown of what to expect in upcoming fights. He actually does that for a living. So it makes sense that he doesn't just want to flat out just say something that doesn't make the best sense. Because let's face it, for Plant to knock out Canelo and stop him before the 12 rounds, that's something unprecedented. That's something unexpected. That would be very surprising and shocking to the boxing world. I mean, think about it. Even if you're rooting for Caleb Plant or you think Plant will win, you still don't think Plant's going to knock out Canelo. Triple G couldn't even knock out Canelo, and Triple G, at his time, when he was active, he was knocking out people left and right. And Canelo took a lot of Triple G shots. So if Triple G couldn't knock out Canelo, what makes you think that Caleb Plant will have more success? Caleb Plant doesn't have a power puncher record to say. Not to mention that Canelo fought Triple G twice. And on both fights, neither one of them hit the floor. And I get it. Andre Ward is working with Caleb Plant, trying to help him out during this fight. So he feels the need to say that he supports Caleb Plant. But I think it's one thing to say that he supports Caleb Plant or that he thinks Plant will win, and it's another to go to the other extreme and say that Plant's going to knock out Canelo. Not even Ward himself believes this, so I think he did go a little too far with the statement. Let me know what y'all think. Don't forget to like and subscribe. LOKOZ Boxing.